All right, we're live. Tapping Birdie, John Deere Classic Week. Here with my good friend Devo, returning to Tib for the JDC. You've made this event your home. This is your signature event. How does it feel to be back on the pod?
Well, it feels great. This is my Super Bowl, Brian. This is the JDC week is probably my favorite week of the year. Coincides with 4th of July. It's a great week to be alive. Thank you for having me. I'm ready to go.
How has it been kind of taking a step back from the golf Twitter universe, like over the past year? I mean, you were kind of a big part of it for a while there. A lot of people were, tailing your picks.
Yeah.
Like you were putting out a lot of good content.
Yeah.
Like the follower count was going up, and you kind of had to take some time off, and now you're back in the game somewhat. But how has it been being off golf Twitter for a little bit?
It sucks. I miss you guys. I miss the boys. I know there's probably a lot of people on Twitter looking for my picks, and they just haven't been out. It's hard when you're in law school. You're making $0. So
Yeah.
I had trouble like justifying putting, $50 on a golfer that's not going to win.
Yeah.
Week in, week out. And it's like,
fair point.
I don't have much time to do the research. Like, you know me, I was just in the weeds,
deep into wind towers and models and proprietary stuff too that you were working on.
Exactly. So I was building my own stuff, and obviously tailing a lot of your stuff and everyone's content, but like, so it was hard during school because like I just didn't have that much time. But now it's the summer, making some money, have some more time, able to listen to pods more. So I'm ready to get back into it. I wouldn't be surprised if I got hot early and quit.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, you hit a massive ticket on Bryson at the U.S. Open. Just a banger of a DK ticket you had there. We were texting about it during the week. You're pretty hyped up. I could tell. You really wanted Bryson to win the U.S. Open.
No, I wanted that bad, and it's interesting because like at home, like some of my home friends, my parents, like even just randoms, like when I'm like at a bar watching the golf, they're like, oh, we know, like he's sweating it. We know who he is. Like he's sweating these picks. Here, it's like my friends are like, what do you do? Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
and so it's kind of been hard to like acclimate my two lives. But hopefully, after this podcast, we can, make it a bit more easy to do that.
So how has it kind of been for you? Like, how much golf have you been watching? Like, could you tell me who won the Valspar Championship this year?
So I watch probably every Saturday afternoon and then Sunday.
Okay.
But I will say like my recapping events and like, oh, this happened is not as sharp and as quick as I want it to be. But I definitely, so I take like one and done pretty seriously.
Really?
I share with my buddy.
You're in the Mayo one and done.
I'm in the Mayo one and done.
What place are you in?
We were close. We were like 200 for a while, and then we just fell. Like had a bad PGA and had a bad US Open. It's like you're
not in the money.
But I think we're like 1,100 or something.
Okay.
So we're hanging around. That usually keeps me like if we have a guy in the mix.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna throw some money. We went rye last week.
That was a good pick.
Good pick. We got him low owned. So that keeps me definitely watching. But yeah, I would say like Sunday hungover.
It's fun. I mean, it's a fun thing to watch.
I'm gonna watch
like
golf.
Even without the outright sweat that we might have, it's still good entertainment usually on a Sunday. Does it make it any harder to watch without a sweat on the line, or it's still enjoyable?
I mean, I'm still human. Like it's hard to watch stuff when you don't have money on it, right? Like
it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. So, but usually like whoever we choose for one and done, I'll throw some money on it just to like sweat it. And then like I remember when Denny and Akshay were going like toe to toe at the end. Like obviously, I'm gonna put some money on that just to watch. But like I said, like now with the in the summer, have a job, I could definitely see. I could see some things happening.
Some like full card 7X type shit coming up.
That's what I want to talk to you. I'm very rusty with my, how I was like card construction. Like you show me a card, I'm like, that's 645. Like
exactly. You were dialed.
I literally look at a card and I know what the multiplier is. I was putting my card together today and I was struggling. I was like, almost was like, oh, I need the calculator thing. I'm just not as like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to get back into that. Want to get back to looking at cards on Twitter and being like, you got 4X, buddy. But
I feel like it's been pretty good recently, to be honest. I can't think of any like super egregious things. Like,
I don't know.
Maybe the US Open, there were some bad cards and stuff, but I feel like things have turned a little bit, and no one's gonna put out a 4X card for like the Rocket or the JDC just because it's so shit. So I feel like things have been pretty good in the unit allocation.
Look, I don't know if I agree with that, because when people were betting Scotty, it's like no. Like you can't.
No, I agree.
So it's look, I'm not involved as much as I want to be, so it's hard for me to like get really into the cops right now. But if you think it's getting better, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I like the Scotty stuff is what it is, but I feel like in general, like normal cards have been pretty solid. So it's not something that's super on my radar currently as an issue we have in the golf gambling community. Like things have been pretty decent. We have a question from the audience from a guy named RK, I believe that's his name. Does Devo factor the chart into his process? So that's a question I'm curious about as well. If a golfer you like is on the chart, does that impact your process or your selection for the week?
It doesn't, but it's like really hard for me to fall asleep when like I know I'm betting a guy in the chart. Like I try not to think about it. I don't look at it until my card is done. Then my card's done, like Tuesday, Wednesday night, going through Twitter, I'm like, okay, like let's just see how bad it is. And it like affects me emotionally for sure. Like I have trouble that weekend, like in class, but I don't factor it in before.
It's a non-factor before the card is done, but you do take a peek at it after.
The process has been the process for the last 3 years. I don't like to change it with my cards. So I just, the formula. Yeah. And then, so I don't want the chart affecting that.
Yeah, no. And it's actually interesting. This week we have a surprising development is that there is no chart this week. There's no chart this week. I don't know why, but Andy, who's a great guy, I sub to his Patreon, by the way, to get, just get a sense of what people are doing. It's fun. And I honestly more like just want to support him because
he's a good dude.
Yeah. And like, it's $5 a month. We could do that. No chart this week. So I'm curious if golfers have more of a chance this week that their name's not on a pie chart. In reality, there still is, a sixth most tipped golfers, but I'm under the impression that maybe this week that there's no chart that we could get a popular winner.
Wow. I don't remember. Has this happened recently?
I don't know the last time there was no chart. I mean, golf's been on a pretty good run. He's on top of his shit.
Should we
not
check
really
on him? I don't know if you have like.
No, he's good. He's probably asleep right now because he's a London bloke. But he said he'll be put out the most tipped. It just won't be in a chart. So that's just something to look.
Wow, this is I mean, I kind of like this for one of my bets, but like the fact that they don't know that they're on the chart is huge.
Well, it is true. I mean, I'll let everyone know like who the most tipped are, but we could get into that a little bit later in the show. So I didn't do a pod for the Rocket. Didn't get to recap Travie. obviously haven't talked about Rocket. What were your kind of impressions of these past 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And the winner and how things kind of played out on Sunday?
So I think Travie was like, it was a tough. I had trouble watching it because I knew the boys. Like that's our tournament, right? So it's like you kind of I'm getting a little FOMO. I'm like, oh, they watching? Are they on this hole? Like, can I see them? So that was a bit rough. I thought the ending was fantastic. Tom Kim's approach on 18 was
sick.
Yeah, like that's good golf. That's stones. Like, and to see, I don't know, like I know there was some talk on like, oh, they're so friendly, like they're like, I thought it was like, who cares? Like they're going at each other, they're friends, and like I don't think that like had any effect on either of them playing. And,
I agree.
So I thought the Travelers ending was pretty. It was pretty phenomenal. Just given it's like the cream of the crop right now, and Scotty Scheffler, Tiger Woods, whatever, versus like this young up and comer who's like looks up to Scott. It's like, oh, he stiffs it on 18, and there's protesters, and then he makes like that was cool. That was really cool stuff. The playoff was a little like
anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was just like
word.
I was like, let's at least get 2. We don't have to do Harry and what's his name, Kramer, but like it was that kind of sucked.
Yeah, again, I like you play golf, you have some understanding of golf. I don't care who you are. 110 lob wedge, that's asking a lot. Like that's just a lot of club. I don't care who you are. That is a lot of club, and especially with Tom Kim being like one of the shorter hitters on tour, like that was asking a lot. Just take a light sand wedge, like half swing sand wedge, that should be fine. So that club choice was bad. But yeah, I mean, it was tough. Obviously hit him first round leader. That's great and all, but I want to hit that outright. And
people were talking about that here.
Yeah, people were talking about that. Like to witness in person 2 3-putts from 10 feet and 23 feet to lose in a playoff, like that really stings. Like it just shows how little room for error you have when going up against a guy like Scotty. Yeah. You just cannot make any mistakes. And Scotty, I mean, the putter has just unlocked so much out of him. And it's so funny because last year, everyone was saying if Scotty could just putt neutral, he'll win every tournament. And that's what happened. I mean, the putter for this guy is so much improved. He's actually a solid putter. He's making a lot more 15, 20 footers around. He's making like 1 or 2 15, 20 footers around. He's making his tap-ins and he's not 3-putting. And over the course of 4 days, it's just very hard to beat. And again, the Players, Travelers, Memorial, the guys fucked me a bunch. And I look at the scores at the end of the day. I'm like, how did he do it again? Tom Kim beat him by 3 strokes on day 1, and then Scotty beat him by 1 stroke the next 3 days.
It's ridiculous. It's hard to even like. It's hard to get your wrap your mind around. It's like, okay, like he can't win again. Like he can't win again, and then you just like see his name, and you're like, okay, like he's still like 4 back, and then you like see his name again. You're like, okay, like, and then you like look into it and like look at the data, and it's like he's actually doing exactly what we said he was going to do if this happened. I will say, I want to like. He's really screwed you, right? Like he probably knows at this point, like
and his dad also, his dad being so nice really sucks. Like his dad, class act.
Why are we talking about his dad?
What?
Why are we talking about his dad? What does that have anything to do?
No, because if his dad was an asshole, I'd be like, all right, like fuck this guy. Like, but from all accounts, Scotty's a really good human, and he comes from really good people. Yeah, so it just makes it that much harder to hate him.
No, I know. Like, I see what you're saying, but like all that aside, you're probably the hottest golf bettor on the planet right now.
If I hit one of those outrights, maybe.
I mean, you're hot. Like, you can own it. After the dual forecast, you've been all over it. So
I want to get one of those guys over the line. Like that's what really sucks because first round leaders, whatever, but like an outright to win $3,000, like that hits diffy. And like, I really wanted one of those to hit. I think Tom is the most frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, then because Akshay last week, he just didn't have it on Sunday. He just did not have it on Sunday. It did not look like he had any interest in winning the tournament. And people talking about how bad of a beat it was, 3-putt on 18. He was not winning in a playoff. Cam played much better that day. If he 3-putted to get into a playoff and then lost, yeah, probably ending it, to be honest. But like to 3-putt to not get into a playoff, you weren't going to win, whatever. I'm okay with it. It really wasn't that big of a deal.
It was his first 3-putt of the whole week, though, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's tough. That is I agree, but it's tough.
He had 2 9-footers on the par 5s. If he makes one of them, he wins the tournament. If he has a 1-shot lead into 18, I just don't think he 3-putts there. So it was a bit disappointing, but at the same time, I didn't have a lot of faith in him winning, even though I bet him outright. It would have just been a lot to win 2 tournaments wire to wire in a 4-month span. And I think that when like pre-tournament, it's easier because you don't know if he's going to play well or not. Like people would be, well, why did you bet Akshay if you don't think he could win twice in a 4-month span? And pre-tournament, I don't know if he's going to play well or not. I hope he does. But once he's actually in it and things are actually happening, I was like, it's probably too much too soon for Akshay to win. So no real beef, it was a good call, but, would have been great for even Colin too. I mean, I know I did well at the US Open, but Colin, Tom, and Shea, one of them should have won, unfortunately.
And that's not even considering the players and that disaster that
I mean the players I'm somewhat over.
I didn't mean to bring it up.
No, it's fine. I like the players was almost funny with how crazy it was. But it's okay. I truly do not think Scotty he's not playing the Scottish. I don't think he's winning the Open.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Like, I'm almost positive he's not winning the Open. Truly. Like, it's not a fucking TPC designed 70-man field. He's not winning the Open. Okay? I feel confident about that. Olympics, whatever. He sucks at Southwind. BMW, I'm out. So I'm,
what are you doing?
I feel okay about Scotty for the rest of the year.
What are you doing right now?
I'm dead ass though. I do think I don't think he'll win again this year. He only wins limited field, TPC, slapdick events.
In the month of April, and
he did kind of fuck me on that.
Yeah,
like I'll admit that. But it is what it is.
And then he got you on the take where you were like, oh, he doesn't win anything he's never won before.
No, he's never. That's still true. He's still never won anything that he hasn't played before or played well at.
Like his first time at a tournament, you're saying?
Yeah, like the US Open, the PGA, or the Open Championship.
Oh, okay,
or like, the BMW or like something like that. He's never won that.
All right. Okay.
So I still have that kind of going for him, but I do want to say his dad, very nice. His dad could be walking inside the ropes, like doing whatever he wants. His dad walking amongst the people, high-fiving people, taking pictures with people, being super friendly, like not cocky at all that my son is the best golfer in the world. Said, good luck today, Mr. Scheffler. He said, we're not fighting any wars out here. A great golfer is going to win today, and everything's going to be good. Could not have been more respectable, and that kind of irked me a little bit.
I was going to say, this is like, I haven't heard any talk about Scotty Scheffler's like dad until about.
Well, I met him. We were hanging out with him.
Oh, you guys were actually like interacting.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know you meant yourself. I thought you just like saw him around and like hanging out. Okay.
No, I talked to him like 3 times at the Travelers.
Yeah, so that's tough.
I tweeted about it. It went viral.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine, dude. No beef. But yeah, look, let's just. I'm up money this year. I'll Vic that. Like, I'll fucking Vic it.
Yeah.
I want to hit another outright runner. I hope it's this week. I hope it's something we're on together. But these first round leaders, they're not paying the bills. I need a fucking outright this week.
All right, let's do it. Let's find one.
Yeah. JDC. Look, this is a tough odds board. I think you would agree. Mm-hmm. This is a really, really tough odds board. I don't think there's a quote unquote good number on really anybody. Everyone has terrible odds. There's bad golfers that are not good at golf that have really low numbers next to their name. I'm still ready to watch. It's 4th of July weekend. Yep. I'm not working on any days of the tournament, which never happens. So, I'm going to be up early Thursday watching Friday. I'd like a sweat this week because, again, Thursday, Friday, I'm off. It's a holiday. Are you happy they're back to their normal 4th of July weekend spot? Because I know it wasn't last year and you were a little bit thrown off.
No, 2 years ago when JT Poston won,
we had him.
Yeah, we had him. That was probably the most electric Sunday of my life. On the shore, Osprey, just flooded with cash. There was nothing you could do or say to me that would take a smile off my face.
Like Posty first round leader, Posty outright.
Posty for Denny top
five.
I mean,
got her up top 5.
It was the best card of my life. People still talk about it.
People still talk. We're doing the pod. So.
Yeah, exactly. So last year, I felt a little like, I don't know, like I'm not in the shore. I'm at the shore. I'm at Parker House, and I'm like, why am I not like checking my phone or like why? It just didn't feel the same, right? Like checking the leaderboard at the bar is the thing you do on 4th of July while JDC is going on. And so it just wasn't the same. And then you get home and it's like, wow, now I got to get up for the JD. Like, obviously it wasn't hard to get up for it, but I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm not working Thursday, Friday. I'm flying.
You're headed to the mainland.
I'm headed to Chicago for a wedding. So I'm like technically boots on the ground. So that we have to factor that in. So I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it should be a good week. I've only bet one guy so far, to be honest. I kind of wanted to break it down more on this show because I don't have a lot of guys that I'm like really jonesing to bet this week. But Sungjae Im, best golfer in the field, playing pretty well coming into this 14-1. You are the top of the board specialist.
Yeah.
Is Sungjae too good of a golfer to win the John Deere Classic would be really my main question this week.
Yes.
Okay.
Like we've seen good golfers win this, but it was like when they were like up and coming, like they were young. And it's like Sungjae Im winning the John Deere Classic is just not a thing that will happen.
I'm with you. It just doesn't sit right with me.
It doesn't. No, like honestly, I don't think this conversation is any longer than that.
Okay, he's just not winning.
Like he's John. It's just not happening.
Okay, T7.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll be like charge on a Saturday. He'll be like 4 back going into Sunday, and we're like, oh, maybe get top. Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah. I'm with you there. Sepp Straka not going back to back.
Look, I would say I'm like most afraid of Sepp.
Okay.
I just feel like he
has dog.
Like, he just doesn't like care or just like doesn't know to care. Like I don't think he's like, oh, I have to defend my title. Like there's extra pressure. I just don't think he like realizes that like there should be extra pressure. Like or you got to do some media. Like he doesn't like. He's just like, oh, it's just another golf tournament that I want. Like so I'm a little scared of Sepp. He's playing really well. I will say, like, I don't know if he has like the path that he took last year was like a little bit ridiculous, and so I don't know if like he has
can recreate that.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm out. He's not winning.
All right.
I feel good about Seth not winning back.
Okay. All right. We got 2 off. 2 off. We're good.
Rye, definitely no chance.
Never. Not a shot.
Cannot putt.
Like
last week was his week.
Yeah.
Very easy cross off for me. I also didn't think he was going to win last week. I'll Vic lap that. You got to lose a little bit to win. You know, you're not just going to come out and start winning tournaments.
He was shaky on Sunday.
And it's just not a good course fit. I think Aaron Rye is more diff he sees. I think it'll be very popular next 2 weeks going overseas. He's won at the Renaissance Club where they're playing, or he lost in a playoff or something, but not a Rye week. I feel pretty confident in that. Jay Spieth, can he recreate some magic?
I honestly don't think so. Like, I just honestly think he's like actually hurt. Like,
yeah,
it's like
that's
here to like try and like work through stuff. And I'm not really worried about Jordan. He's driving it well, but like anything on the ground, like when the ball, like he's really struggling.
Interaction with the turf.
I think there's got to be some wrist issue. I don't know. Look, golf is better when Jordan's playing good. So I hope like these weeks, like leading up to the Open, like can maybe get him healthy or just like working through stuff. But like, yeah, I mean, he's here to hit golf balls, not win tournaments.
And get some FedEx Cup points.
And
maybe bolster his President's Cup ranking, because he's not going to be on the team.
He's not going to have Jordan Spieth's not going to have 2 John Deere Classics. Like
he does.
I mean, another one. Sorry. Like
you don't even know. No, I don't even know how many JDCs Spieth has won.
Well, I mean, after one, it just you kind of jumble it up.
It's true. All right, I bet him.
First
bet I made.
Yep.
Denny Mac 26 to 1.
I got my
He's
signed
your
ball.
Guy. You have the signed ball from Denny Mac.
Yeah.
Here, look, you got to gain a gazillion strokes putting to win the John Deere Classic.
Yeah.
You got to be, in general, to get your first PGA Tour win, you got to lose a bunch. He's lost a bunch. This is a spot, Denny does not have to play. He's in the elevated events, but he knows this is a spot that he can win at. He knows this is a good course fit. Terrible ball striker, admittedly so. He can gain a ton putting here and have an average ball striking week and win. If Denny's going to win on PGA Tour, it's probably going to be the JDC. I'm sure you're riding. Is he your winner?
So he's not my winner, just because that'd be a little bit too easy to say.
Yeah, I agree. I would have been upset.
No, he's not my winner, but I think Denny has a really, really good shot this week. Last 7 winners, they've all, or 6 of the last 7, they've all gained like over like 6 strokes putting. Like you just have to.
I think average is like 4.5.
Yeah, you just have to gain. There's no one on tour who like consistently can do that other than Denny. He's hitting it a little bit better. That's never been his game. He hit it okay at Travelers. Like
what's the fucking keep talking.
No, I mean he hit it. I think he was decent on approach at the Travelers. Like we need to be 1 or 0 to 1 on approach and just be Denny. Hit some fairways, and he will be there on Sunday. And his name is Denny, and that is someone who wins the John Deere Classic.
Exactly.
Denny McCarthy.
Denny McCarthy wins the John Deere Classic once in his life. Like, why can't it be this week? I truly think this is a great spot for him. 26 to 1, whatever.
That's a good number.
Like 22 to 1 now.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fine.
No, it's a good bet. It's a good
bet. It's a fucking good bet.
And huge that the chart's not out. Huge.
I think he's like 6th most tipped. He's not super high up there. He's not most tipped or anything. He probably, if there would have been a chart, he probably would have been on it as one of the small slivers by the end. But I think no chart helps Denny.
I agree.
And the course history has been solid here. Like I'm fine on it. I feel good about it. I'm looking forward to sweating him with you. Also, first round leader. I do like him first round leader a lot.
You do?
Like I could see me hitting 3 first round leaders in a row and Denny finishing T2. You got to ride first round leader. He's a perfect first round leader guy. Ride the first round leader.
Has he ever?
Oh, yes, he was first round leader at the Travelers.
Yes.
See, he could do it.
He's been there before.
What are your thoughts about? I think I'm going to bet this guy. What are your thoughts about Davis Thompson?
Oh God, I bet him.
You're in.
I am.
He's not good at golf.
No.
And he's 25-1. He's very popular this week. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't smell right. But I think Adam pointed it out, would fit the posty trend of runner-up week before, go out and win the JDC in your next start. I like that. That feels good to me. But he's been playing great golf. Great finish at the U.S. Open. Very consistent. It doesn't smell good, but I'm down.
It's fishy. It's definitely fishy. It's like kind of gross. But he's playing so it's hard to ignore at this point. Like I tried to ignore it last week, and then you just you see him playing well. You're like, all right, this guy could win the John Deere. Again, Denny, Davey, these are guys that this is their tournament. This is what where they get their get a win. He's pretty good with his wedges, which I like to see. Yeah.
Amex.
Yes, he's pretty good. Not super accurate, but it's not, it's important, but it's not that hard to be accurate here.
Yeah.
So I'm not super worried about that. Again, it's gross, but I think you bet him. You don't have much room after, and I will make sure you stick to the rules there. But having Denny and Davey, I like it.
Denny and Dave, I'm down to ride with the boys.
Yeah.
Mav, I think I'm out.
No.
I want to be in. I don't know if I could do Mav again. Did not hit the ball well last week. Obviously, he's a good putter. I think you got to mix before you win. And he hasn't really mixed. And I want to be in, but I think I'm out. Oh, no. The light's falling. I think I'm out on Mav. Where do you stand on Mav? I lost 2.9 and 1.3 around the green last week.
He's got good history here, and probably a top 10 putter in the world. Very good at putt. So it is a little bit scary, but
he's putted very well here.
Yeah, it's scary. But I think what you just said is very accurate. He hasn't felt it on a Sunday. He kind of runs it up on the leaderboard at the end of the day. And it's okay, yeah, he played well. You look at his stats, you're oh, wow, he actually did blah, blah, blah. But Aaron Rye felt it on Sunday. And what happened? Yeah. Right? Mav hasn't felt it yet. So I could be late on that.
Okay. I'm liking what.
Yeah, we are.
Keith Mitchell, no chance.
Yeah, I didn't even.
JT Poston.
I'm not. This is. He's not winning for one reason, and it's because we hit him together 2 years ago. He's not going to win because he wouldn't. It's not going to happen again.
It's not going to happen again.
It's not going to happen again. And look, Posty, everyone knows he's one of my guys. So would I hate to see it? No, he can. I like him, but this is not his week. The odds are too low. Posty's
I feel like he actually has good odds though.
No, I know, but he doesn't win at these odds.
He doesn't really win in general.
He doesn't win, but when he does.
Sure, I agree. I think that I can miss it. I think that at the end of the day, I'm acknowledging it's a good number, and I would be upset if he mixed. He had a really good title defense last year, gained legitimately 8 strokes putting. I saw him at Travie. His vibes were off. He was very
upset. Wasn't chilling?
He was very upset. Like Adam
Really?
and I swear to God,
Oh,
Adam and I saw him miss a 13-footer in dire straits. He walks right by us. Let's go, Posty. Come on. No even remote acknowledgement.
I'm fading him
Then
this week.
hit a bad shot. Lost ball striking there. I mean, when he won, he legitimately gained like 8 strokes on approach at the Travie. It was coming in hot for him.
When
I can miss it. I can miss it. It's not going to happen.
When Posty went, like what you just said makes me so much more confident that he's not going to win. Like Posty's game is chill. It's a bogey eagle. Like he's here. He never moves. He doesn't get it too high. He doesn't get too low.
And he was pretty low.
I'm fading him this week. He's my fade. He's my fade.
J-Day, kind of just kind of a weird J-Day at the John Deere.
Yeah, I don't really know.
He's high odds. He hasn't been playing well at all. I had to listen to Adam thinking he was in the mix at the Travelers, even though it was the worst bet of all time. Shout out Adam. Thoughts on J-Day? I'm out.
I don't really have much. It'd be kind of just like uncomfortable if he won. Like, I don't know. Like
it's just not the right vibe.
Like also wearing the new stuff that he wears, like that's just not
Malbon's not JDC.
No, if he holds that trophy wearing what he like his new like that would.
What are your thoughts on Malbon?
I'm kind of in.
You're in on Malbon.
Yeah, I think it works for him, and I think it could work for other golfers. But like, I think it could go horribly wrong if the wrong person wore it.
Would you wear Malbon?
I don't know if it's my vibe. I'm kind of just like a athletic short shorts and like a polo hanging over them type. But like, I think it works for, I don't know.
Does it work for J-Way?
Who'd you say, J-Day or?
No, J-Way, Jurors Way.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Because his body is full of tattoos and it's like.
True.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this guy.
Yeah, I would get a Malbon polo. I'm very loyal to my polo brand, Holderson and Bourne. But I would get a Malbon polo. Some of them are like pretty normal, but I wouldn't like wear. Like,
you don't have to be that
corduroys.
guy.
Yeah, I'm not. I'd say I'm more in than out, but I don't love Malbon. Nick Dunlap 35-1. For whatever reason, it really pisses me off. It makes me upset in my loins that Nick Dunlap is 35-1. I don't know why, but to me, I know he's had some good finishes. To me, Nick Dunlap was legitimately over 100-1 every single event he's played this year. Literally, other than last week, he has been over 100-1 every single week. Someone can fact check me on that. I think it's accurate. He sucks around the green. Adam pointed it out. I'll go with that. You have to be good around the green to win JDC. He's terrible around the green. I do think that there is a world, because it's such a bad number and I hate it so much, that he could mix, but it's gross.
It's like, what do they know type? That's what I'm getting from the numbers.
He's been playing solid.
Yeah, but it's like he's been so like hit or miss.
Up and down.
Like. Yeah, it's 35. To spend 35-1 on that, like on a guy. Look, I think he's probably going to be a name for a while for us.
Yeah.
And I think he jumped on a little bit too soon, and that kind of rattled him. And maybe he's getting his feet under him.
Not going to win twice in one season.
It's not going to happen. And but he does fit. I don't know, his aesthetic. He does kind of fit the JDC winner mold.
Yeah, but he's more of like a Southern SEC guy.
Yeah, but I guess, but he kind of like if obviously Sunday night when my mom calls me and she goes, who won the? Can you still hear me?
We're to hope Evo joins. Evo?